Right, this is the V-Rod I was working on. The Valkyrie's done. That one's in Louisiana with the owner, and he's having a good time with it. This one ended up to take a lot longer than I expected. We ran into a lot of extra effort on the paint job. I had to hire an artist to do the what I call the lightning strike, and he had a custom mix to paint for that because you can't buy the paint for that. He actually made a decal, traced it out, and then painted it. And he even airbrushed in some fine lines to match what's on the tank here, which is the stock Screaming Eagle detail. And he went ahead and put a little bit of extra on the fenders for me. And I think that looks pretty good. So this one's all done, and it's got a little toggle switch here for the lights. So the screen there, the windscreen, that lights up with the Screaming Eagle logo. We got the wink lights on there, and we got the perimeter lighting along the edge of the hood. And let me shut the lights off and we can get a nice look at that. So he gets a pretty nice windshield display there. That was something he had somebody do for him. I didn't do that part, but we did add the extra lighting on the front here, and I think it looks pretty darn good. So this will certainly be an attention getter driving around in the evening with a bike like this. As you can see, it's got plenty of lighting on it, and it really kind of sticks out. And I want to talk a little bit about the V-Rod itself now. So now that it's all done, I still have to take it for a test drive. I've driven this bike a total of 1 block so far, and that was just to get it in the shop here so I could start tearing it apart. But it's a very, very unique motorcycle. If it didn't say Harley Davidson on it, there's no way you'd ever equate this with being a Harley. Not that Harleys are bad or anything, it's just it is so different. The frame is rather intricate, and it's more of an exoskeleton type of frame. And you know, the tank itself is under the seat. What you see up in front here, that covers the air cleaner, and the battery's up in front. It's really easy to remove that. It takes like 2 seconds to get that off of there. Everything's really well thought out on this bike. It's just a wonderful machine, really. It's kind of too bad they quit making them. It's I'll know more when I take it for a test drive, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty impressive. It is the most square and true Harley Davidson I've ever worked on. One thing with the Harleys, the lower fairing and the crash bar isn't normally 100% level. I typically have to kind of tweak them a little bit to try to get my front end kind of a little bit out of level to match the lower fairing. For some reason, the lower fairings are hit and miss. They're either good or not good. This thing was 100% right on the money. Everything just lined up perfectly. It's really well built. The triple trees are standard, kind of more like an Asian bike. They're a standard triple tree instead of being the inverted trees. It's got a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it rake. I guess you'd have to call it tube angle change, where it's got the offset triple trees to give it a little bit extra dimension. But the rake is, I think, standard, probably 29, 30 degrees. But other than that, I'm anxious to take it out for a drive. It's supposed to be warmer tomorrow and Friday, so I'm going to take her out for a run, and that's the final. Everything else is done. You know, brakes and everything are all set up, and the electrical's all done. And right now I've got the storage bin in the oven. I'm cooking it. That's all powder coat, and I'm building those a little bit different now. I'm making them more waterproof. So there's some improvements along the line there too. But the owner's going to come get this one. I think he's going to be really happy. I have to polish it up. It's kind of dusty, but I'll get that all polished up and really shined up for him. And I think this is going to be one fine ride. And this is the only reverse trike V-Rod on planet Earth. I believe there might be, well, I shouldn't say that. There's some guys in Wisconsin that did a couple of them, but they didn't do any cowling, they just did the frame. And I don't think they're actually building them. They did a couple of them kind of as a prototype thing, but I don't think they ever went into production. So anyway, I'll update this when we get her out for a test drive and see how she handles.